Good morning and welcome to my fifth vlog where I will be watching Bandersnatch on Netflix, which is an interactive film where I will be able to forge the story through my own choices. But it's a virtual experience and this should be very interesting. Let's see how it goes. The film has started out with allowing me to make some basic choices such as cereal and music. He appears to be building a game himself, which is an interactive game, just as the film is also interactive. Even though you are able to make your own decisions throughout the story, it seems to appear that certain paths are the wrong ones, and it sends you back to try out other paths. Therefore, I don't feel like I have full control over the story, but some control. Okay, well, I just made the decision to yell at my dad instead of throwing tea on my computer. This is ultimately allowing me to choose who I want the character to be, whether I want him to be someone who destroys his hard work or someone who yells at his family. But either way, it is creating a narrative. I feel like I'm becoming more and more invested in this film as it has me to choose whether or not I want to take acid.
Yes.
To which I'm allowing my character to do, because I want to see how this unfolds.
Do this.
And see where this story goes. I have a feeling this story is about to take a drastic turn.
You do.
I just decided to have Colin
see you around.
jump to his death. I could have chose my own character, but I feel emotionally invested to keep my own character alive. I was just given the option to either destroy my computer now or throw tea, and it is clear that he doesn't want to do either. I selected to throw the
Come on, if there's someone there, just give me a sign.
tea,
give me a sign.
and now he's freaking
I know
out.
there's someone there, just give me a fucking sign.
This is a part where he finally finds out that people are controlling him and that we are watching on Netflix. So this is making our presence even more real in the story and even more effective. The therapist is now feeding into the story. I just asked if I wanted more action, which I said yeah, and now the story is really just exploding.
Come on, Mommy's boy. What are you waiting for? Come on. I dare you.
They are now just fighting. It is crazy where my decisions has led, and the fact that everybody seems to be on board about the fact that someone is controlling them. This show just ended in a very fascinating way. Pretty much at the therapist's office, it turns into a set as if he's been an actor the whole time, even though he hasn't realized it. And they finally expose the fact that he's being controlled for entertainment values. But overall, whether I felt like a spectator or a spectator or present in the moment, I felt a little bit of being a spectator and then also a spectator and then also being present. Well, because there's certain points that even though you can control it, you could tell the story would go on its own path either way. And that's where I felt like a spectator, or after I made a decision and I had to see how it played out, that's where I felt like a spectator. Felt like a spectator because obviously, as a spectator, I felt my own role in the show because I was able to make my own decisions. And then, specifically when we had to make the decisions ourselves, I felt super present in the moment, almost as if this was my life now. I was no longer thinking about my own reality. I was thinking about this reality that this show has allowed me to become a part of. And then you ask us the question, was this a story? And I would say so. Even though in class we talked about that there's no room for technology in a storytelling, the fact that we said stories are a way of sharing human experiences, I believe that's exactly what Bandersnatch did. It allowed us to share the experiences that he was having, and then I was able to feel that effect too, because the fact that it allowed me to make the decisions made me feel as if the experience was my own. And then also, we talked about storytelling containing cultural art, and that's exactly what I think this interactive virtual Netflix type show is. It's a new form of art in the 21st century. It's just a new way of creating a story, almost like an ad lib, a mad lib, where you just fill in the blanks and create a story with random words. This is, you're ultimately creating a story by selecting random choices. So I would say that this is a story. Maybe not as traditional as a spoken story told by an individual, but I still believe that this was a story that I was able to create to a certain extent, and it should still be considered a story even though it's virtual. I found this assignment to be very interesting. Bandersnatch is really a new way of containing content. The fact that the content is provided for you, but you're able to mold it for how you choose. It's just extremely new concept for me, like a show like this where it's interactive, and I think we could see more of this type of show for different genres in the future. And I believe that this was just truly awesome experience. Just being able to create the story for the protagonist, and you almost become the protagonist yourself because you're being able to make these crucial decisions for the main character. Anyway, this was my overall reaction to Bandersnatch and my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this 5th vlog. Enjoy your day, and thank you for watching.